Hello everyone, Dan here from the Next Issue Podcast. On today's video, I'll be doing a review for Silent Night. This is a new film from 2023, rated R with a runtime of an hour and 44 minutes. As of the recording of this video, we have a 59% Rotten Tomatoes score from the critics. No audience score yet, but we do have an average rating of 2.7 on Letterboxd. This film is directed by John Woo, written by Robert Archer Lynn, and it stars Joel Kinnaman as Godlock, Catalina Sandino Moreno as Saya, and Kid Cudi as Detective Vassal. Um, yeah, so boy, I don't even know where to start with this, but let me give you a quick synopsis here. A tormented father witnesses his young son die when caught in a gang's crossfire on Christmas Eve. While recovering from a wound that cost him his voice, he makes vengeance his life's mission and embarks on a punishing training regimen to avenge his son's death. Uh man, this was just this just didn't vibe with me at all. Like I was at the theater. The movie's not even too. It feels a little too long. It wasn't until 15 minutes before the end of the film that I really felt like, okay, I feel like this is what you should have been doing more of than other than the first part. It's just very weird. It tries something very different. I'll talk about that in a minute because I'm gonna go a little bit into spoilers. But let me give you a few of the things that I did enjoy. I think John Woo is a really interesting visual director. He has a lot of very cool composition shots. He has a lot of really cool action sequences. I am personally a fan of his use of like slow motion and some of that stuff. So I thought that was cool. Um, Joe Kinnaman, I think he delivered. I think if it wasn't for him, I might have left the theater. But he just delivers a really, really good performance, right? I think he's very good at what he does, showing the pain, showing this anger that his character's feeling. Uh, but the problem is that the story doesn't catch up with any of that stuff, right? The story doesn't give you any like it doesn't give you any motivation to like stay engaged. As you heard from the synopsis, we spend way too much time with the character uh, training and preparing and getting ready. Like, really, it takes us almost an hour and 15 minutes of the film to like even start doing anything with whatever he's been doing, which is why it's such a wild decision. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what happened. There was maybe some miscommunication. There were some things that just didn't work out. But this movie was not it at all. Yeah, it is not. I can't really recommend it. You check it out. There are some really weird choices until like. Whereas I said that I enjoyed John Woo's filmmaking, there were some really choices with camera angles. There was a lot of use of digital blood, which I feel like either, and maybe this is just an aesthetic choice for me, that either it should look better or you should just do it practically, or maybe you do a combination of the two. But man, this one, like, yeah, I it just took me out of the movie, and usually I don't notice stuff like that, which is weird. But that's how disengaged with the film I was. If like the main reason I stayed is because I wouldn't feel right doing a full review or a video for the channel if I had not finished watching the movie. And I think whatever that says a lot about like just reviews in general and all that. But yeah, this was not. It just wasn't for me. Maybe I was in the audience, but I really was excited to go see this movie because, like I said, I'm a fan of John Woo. I'm a fan of Joel Kinnaman, who apparently just can't seem to catch a break. Uh, so I'm gonna go a little bit into spoilers here. So if you haven't seen the movie, maybe you want to come back. Um, the film makes a choice to be kind of like a silent film. It's not completely silent. They use a few tricks to like get some dialogue in there, either over the radio or like from a third party. But the characters themselves, very rarely, like, I don't think there was like a full conversation had in this film, which is it's an interesting concept. But maintaining that for an hour and a half while you're also not delivering on action, it is so tough. It is so tough to do. There is a really cool sequence in the staircase as we're getting into like the end of it, where Joe Kinnaman is climbing through these stairs and killing all these bad guys, where it gives the appearance of a one shot. I think I was able to figure out like where they might have done some of the cuts just because like I was as soon as I saw it start, I was like, oh, here we go. This is like something that this is one of those sequences that these action movies tend to have where they love to show off how their skill in making sure there are no cuts. So very interesting stuff there. But that was only the last 15 minutes of the film. Yeah, it is such a shame because I love going to the movies. I love going to check things out and Kid Cudi was kind of just there. Like I recognized him and I was like, "Oh, that's cool. Kid Cudi's there." I didn't even pull anybody else up from the cast because all the characters other than Joe Kinnaman are very one-dimensional. They're just kind of there. His wife is just kind of there. Um, yeah, this is just if you want to see Joe Kinnaman train, like do a training session, and he gets jacked, and I commend him on like his devotion to looking the part. But man, yeah, there's just watch John Wick or Mister Nobody or even the Santa Claus movie that came out a couple years ago. Violent Night was better than this. Like just if you want a if you want a John Wick style Christmas movie, just go watch that instead. So there you have it. It's very unfortunate. Uh, this may really be the maybe the worst movie I've seen all year. We'll have to check once we get to the final of the year, but I'll log this on my letterbox. Follow me on letterbox so you can see some of the other stuff. I think another thing, and this is very unrelated, I had watched Godzilla Minus One the night prior, which is one of the best films I've seen this year. So like that juxtaposition definitely did not help this movie. So there you have it. As always, thank you for watching, everyone. Remember to share, like, subscribe. If you've seen this film, let me know what you thought about it. Let me know what else you liked about this film if you saw it. So thanks for watching. Stay tuned. We have more comic reviews, trailer reactions, TV recaps, all that fun stuff here in the channel. Thanks for watching, everyone. Bye bye.